Hey everyone, welcome back to Dad's Wild. So I don't know if you've noticed in my past videos, but I've had quite the mess of slab wood. It's kind of difficult to deal with. So I've started working on building a slab rack. So this way I can load my slabs in there and cut them in 16-inch increments, turn them into firewood. So I'll show you a bit of the process through that and kind of how I got my design. Well, here's what I have so far with my slab rack. I got this kind of design from a YouTuber called Sawing with Sandy. I liked how he did it, and I think it'll work pretty well. So overall, it's 16 feet in total length and 38 inches total width. In between each bunk or the bunk width is about 26 inches, give or take a few, and then the spacing between them is 6 inches. So that gives you every other slot is a 16-inch cut, if you cut kind of in the middle at least. Uh, Standing tall, it's 5 feet in total. And then down at the bottom, I have a 2x6 and then a 2x4 that's placed 13 inches above that. So from here to here is 13 inches. Kind of thought that came out as a pretty good height. So I still got quite a few to put on actually, but we'll get to that. So I got some stuff pre-cut, and then I just I measured 19 inches up from the bottom to the top of the rung here, nail it together, and then I put it on the frame and screw it down. So I'll get the rest of it put together, and we'll see how it works. Well, here it is all finished up. Got the rest of the slats put on. So now the challenge is trying to figure out how to move it out to where my sawmill is. So we'll try to brainstorm and come up with an idea. Well, after some struggles, I was able to load it up onto this trailer. Uh, Hopefully it'll get us out there. The only thing I'm worried about is if my trails are too small. But we'll give it a shot anyway, so let's get to it. Spin it out! Feel heavy. Man, this is serious. Didn't have enough traction to get up that last little tiny hill. So I grabbed my pickup and drove it out in the woods. Good thing it's pretty good at off-road. But yeah, so we'll grab the tractor now and that off the trailer. Well, I got it out here at the sawmill clearing. That was a little bit of a challenge. Ended up having to grab my pickup instead of the four-wheeler. Started to slip on my trails, a little wet. So it's in its temporary permanent position for now. I got a few slabs put into it, just enough to give it a test. So we'll get the chainsaw out and we'll start cutting them into firewood length. Well, I hope you all enjoyed the little build video. If you guys have any thoughts or suggestions on what I could do to change it, or way to make it more efficient, I'd sure like to hear it, so leave a comment down below. But other than that, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.